Welcome to Mickey Doc, written and read by Fintan Harvey.
Mickey Doc, Chapter 4. Has everybody in this fucking bus been knighted or something? Marty has his headphones on and he's sitting next to me. He's listening to Garth Brooks. I know this because every 30 seconds he'll shout out a random lyric. Where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away, and I feel okay. For fuck's sake. I turn around to Stevie and Decky, who are sitting directly behind us. Has everybody in this bus been knighted or something? All I can hear is people calling each other sir. I then do a pretty good impression. Hey sir, go and get your legs off my side of the seat before I cut them off you. Get the fuck sir, you're sprawled out there like a big fucking heifer. Stevie and Decky both burst out laughing, although Decky tells me to keep my voice down a bit because these country lads could turn on you very easily. They seem to use the word sir all the time. All the cultures do it, which is basically anybody that isn't from Derry City. It's a Saturday morning and we're on the bus to Bundoran. Things are going great for the four of us. Murray is a happy camper because he got Garth Brooks tickets last night as a present from his ma and dad. Probably the first decent present I've ever given him. He's always been a huge fan of his, and it turns out his ma won £900 at the bingo and bought tickets for herself, Murray and Murray's dad. I was through his ma and dad that he became a fan in the first place. It wouldn't be my cup of tea, but sure, each to their own. Stevie is looking the best I've seen him in months, and I don't mean that in a gay way, just as a mate bigging up another mate. He's a great colour, and he seems in much better shape and well spruced up. His ma and dad are giving things another go, although his dad still hasn't moved back in. Apparently they're taking things slow and dating again, which Stevie is over the fucking moon about. They're so hell-bent on giving, walking on wire, convinced not living if you stand outside the fire. Jesus Christ, we aren't even properly out of Derry yet. He sounds like a fucking cat giving birth. At least he's happy though. Decky's also in great form. I mean, Decky is normally always in good form, but today he just seems that bit happier. It's like he has a different look about him that I just can't put my finger on. I don't think he's seeing anybody, because he definitely would have said something, especially when I'm always slagging him about scoring more than he does. Maybe it's just because we're all going away for a week. It's the first time we've all got away together in a few years and it feels good. I feel good. Actually, better than good. Fucking class. Not just because of a wee holiday, but because I got a very important letter in the post on Tuesday. I've been cordially invited to take part in the judges' auditions in the X Factor in 3 weeks. It'll be recorded and I'll be on TV. I'm finally going to be famous. I'd planned not to tell the lads until after the actual auditions, but I'm not sure if I could keep it to myself that long. Like, their producers must have liked what they seen in my video if they cordially invited me to Manchester. I'm going to try to put it out of my mind as much as possible for the week though and just enjoy myself. Going round the world in a trick-up truck, ain't going down till the sun comes up. I turn around to Stevie and Decky again. Go on, somebody swap seats with me. Stevie laughs. I'm sure Marty felt the same way about sitting beside you. He's the smart one ringing his fucking iPod. Like I said before, he can be a smart fucker. That I'm giving lads who are taking up the entire bus have been drinking since before we boarded, and it's only 10:30am in the morning. There must be about 40 of them, and it looks like they're going on a stag weekend. They're rowdy as fuck, but maybe I'm just jealous because they're in the sauce and we're not. We're not drinking because Decky reckons it's for the best because of Stevie, blah blah blah. There's 2 lads sitting across from us that started a game of dead arm. Basically, they're both taking turns to punch each other in the arm, and the first to quit is the loser. The bloke who's the stag is sleeping in the back seat, and his mates have drawn a large cock in his forehead. As usual, Decky is the man with the plan. Right, as soon as we'll get down there, we'll go to the shops and get some food in. We'll just throw on a few quid each and get enough to do us for the week. I don't mind cooking the dinners, but the rest of you can look after the breakfasts and lunches. We'll have to get some drink in too. I said it before I even thought about Stevie. Decky gives me the eyes. Don't be thinking you can't drink just because of me, lads. I'll be grand. I'll just stick to having beers and I'll be alright. It's not like I'm off it or anything. I'll just not be hitting the spirits of the shots. We're going to Bundoran for a good time, not a fucking pilgrimage to Loch Derg. You see, I knew you'd be grand with it. Decky's just been Decky. Are you sure, man? You know, I won't be drinking a wild pile anyway. He said he'll be grand, Dicky, for fuck's sake. If he doesn't mind a few drinks in the house, then that's just up to him. Right, as long as you're sure, Stevie. We'll get some drinking too. As we get off the bus, we'll go get a bite to eat in a cafe or something and then hit the shops. Then we'll see where to go tonight. Does that sound like a plan? Me and Stevie both agree. The two lads who were playing dead arm beside us decide to chat to us. One of them is wearing a Derry GAA jersey and the other's wearing a check shirt. They look like brothers, but I can't be too sure. Everybody out that way is related in some way. Where you lads from, horse? Dickie answers. He seems to understand their language a bit better. We're from the city, just heading down to Bundoran for a wee week, recharge the batteries and all that. I'll be fucked if I'll be recharging any batteries. I don't say anything though. Queer job, sir. We're heading in the rip for the weekend for our boy stags. Some crack. He points at the fellow with the cock in his head. Dickie sees the confused look on my face and tells me that our boy means his brother. You see, I knew they were all related out that way. Stevie punches me in the shoulder. What? I said related, not retarded. Fuck, I said all that out loud. Luckily only Stevie and Dickie heard it because at that moment Marty started into his loudest bit of singing yet. He's really getting carried away. He's like a child. I don't think he realises that everybody can actually hear him when he has the earphones on. I swear to God, everybody stopped talking and are listening to him. He could hear a pin drop, apart from the words that are coming out of his plaque-filled mouth. And the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes, and all our love grows cold on a sleepless night, and the star moves on out of control. Then the weirdest thing happens. The entire bus sings the last bit in harmony. Deep in her heart, the thunder rolls. Suddenly the whole bus is cheering and shouting. Murray takes off his earphones and realises what's going on. He thinks he's a fucking superstar or something. Stevie and Dickie are getting as carried away as the Dungiven lads with their shouting and roaring. Stevie holds Murray's arm up high like he's just won something. All he did was sing really badly to a bunch of drunk culchies. Hardly a big achievement. I just clapped for a few seconds because at the end of the day, he is a mate and all that. Luckily, we arrive in Bundoran a few minutes later. People are high-fiving Murray and slapping him in the back as we get our bags out of the boot of the bus. They're obviously big fans of Garth Brooks too by the way they're talking, but that's hardly fucking surprising. There's a lad wearing a Liverpool jersey that Dickie's deep in conversation with. He could talk about football for hours. Stevie is telling some of them the best pubs to go to and where's good for a lock-in. He knows Bundoran well after coming here for years with his ma and da. They seem like a sound bunch, except for the one who's talking the ears off me about his twin cam. I wasn't even entirely sure what a twin cam was until they started going on about it. I thought it was a type of camera, like records two things at once. Turns out it's a type of car. I swear to fuck, sir, there wouldn't be another twin cam in the whole of North Derry that would get near this thing. I just nod politely. I'm not even really listening. I'm just thinking about what I could have for lunch because I'm fucking starving. Doesn't matter anyway, because this fella, I think his name's Keith, is just talking away about engines and exhausts. Finally, we get our bags out of the boot and say cheerio to the Dungiven lads. They head off up the road like a big bunch of cowboys from the Wild West, and we head to a cafe that Stevie recommends. It's just up around the corner here. It's nothing 5-star or anything, but you won't be hungry after it, I guarantee you that. Happy days, my kind of place. Stevie leads away into the cafe and we all sit down at a table. The place is old looking and it has loads of souvenir type things on the walls and loads of old looking plates, saucers, pots and kettles hanging from every available space. As Stevie said, it's not 5-star, but I couldn't give a fuck as long as the food is dished out warm and quick. Murray is looking around, taking it all in. Stevie says what I'm thinking. This is probably the classiest place you've ever eaten in, eh Murray? Murray just continues looking around and says, I'm not too keen on eating in these swanky type places. I was on one once and you had to eat a pizza with a knife and fork. Who the fuck does that? We all burst out laughing. The waitress girl asked us if we're ready to order. Me, Murray and Stevie order the full Irish breakfast and Dickie orders a chicken Caesar salad. He never eats crap. He's always all healthy and stuff. Stevie starts talking about the difference between an Ulster fry and an Irish breakfast. You see, an Ulster fry doesn't have anything in it that can't be cooked in bacon fat, whereas a full Irish has other things in it, like baked beans and toast. Isn't Donegal in Ulster though? And we're in Donegal now, aren't we? It's not too often I have something worthwhile to say when it comes to conversations, so I'm delighted when Decky and Marty nod in agreement and wait for Stevie's response. Aye, you're right, we are still in Ulster, but the counties in the south will go for the full Irish as opposed to the Ulster Fry. The Ulster Fry is mostly associated with Northern Ireland. I'm pretty pleased with myself that I said something that was right and I was taking part in a proper conversation. But then Marty the dickhead goes and changes the subject. Hey, it's a pity Ireland didn't make it to the World Cup. We'd have some nights out for that. It just won't be the same without them being in it. For fuck's sake, Marty, we're talking about the difference between Irish breakfast and Ulster fries here. Nobody wants to talk about football. Turns out they do. The next 45 minutes are spent talking about the upcoming World Cup. A few times they tried to get us back to talking fries, but nobody takes me on, so I just sit there with a head on me. Typical. We finish our grub, then head to Lidl to get some food and drink for the house. Decky takes charge and budgets our money. He reckons €20 each will get us food for the week, and everybody just gets their own drink. Me and Marty let the other two handle the food shopping while we go to the off licence for the booze. Stevie and Decky tell us what they want, and they'll sort us out after. They only want 24 cans of Heineken between them, which is fuck all really for a week. We arranged to meet them out the front afterwards and get a taxi back to the house because of the amount of groceries, drink and luggage we have. There's no fucking way I'll be carrying all that. Me and Marty go get a shopping trolley, then I realise I don't have a euro coin. No need, man. Marty pulls out a Swiss Army knife and he shoves the blade into the place where the euro should go. He wiggles his hand a couple of times until the trolley is released from the rest. Hey presto! How the fuck did you know how to do that? He winks as he puts the knife away. Just a wee trick I learned. I could start a car with this too. Sometimes I think people from Ballymac are pre-programmed to be able to commit crimes. One time I got locked out of my house and Marty was with me. I rang my ma to see where they were at. Before she even answered the phone, Marty was opening the front door from the inside. He had went around the back and got in through the bathroom window. They're even built for breaking and entering, because it was the wee small window at the top, and I still don't know to this day how the fuck he got up there and how the fuck he got through it. We pick up the drink, then meet Decky and Stevie out the front. We get a taxi pretty quickly and head to the house, which is about 5 minutes away. It's a really nice place, and luckily it doesn't have too much stuff that we could break. There's only 2 bedrooms. Stevie and Decky take one room, and me and Marty take the other. I check the drawers in the room to see if Stevie's ma's left anything behind. Nope, empty. I warn Marty that if he snores, then I'll end up going out the window, and he'll need more than a fucking Swiss Army knife to get back in. We throw our stuff in our rooms, then we all meet in the living room. Stevie puts on the radio, and I think about having a can. It's only 3 PM in the day, and I don't know if the others will be starting so early. I decide to test the water. Jesus, my throat is dry. I hear you shouldn't drink the tap water on holidays either, because there could be anything in it. Stevie laughs. Jesus, Mickey, you're on Bondor, not in fucking Africa. I'm just saying though, I don't know what the water's like here and I'm thirsty. You have a shitload of beer there, drink one of them. Thank fuck Stevie's cool with it. I knew what it'd been. I look over at Decky to see what he says. I'm expecting at least a condensation look. If you're getting a beer, go and grab one for me. Thank fuck for that. Stevie and Marty both ask for one too. We all clink cans and cheers each other. Before we know it, the cans are going down well and the crack is good. We're all half tanked and enjoying ourselves. At about 6 o'clock, Decky says we should get a quick change and head down to the pub. He's changed his fucking tune, but I'm not complaining. We all go to get ready. Me and Marty are ready first, then Stevie joins us back in the living room. Stevie rings the taxi and it arrives just as Decky is ready. I was actually waiting for us all to be together in the living room and making an announcement about the X Factor, but Decky took too fucking long and the moment passes. We arrive at the pub and Decky pays the driver and tells us we can get the first rounds in. From outside the pub we can tell that the place is buzzing already. The first thing I hear when we get in is, "There's the boys from Derry, come on Andy, fuck horse." It's the lads from Dungiven and they're well on at this stage. The stag still has the cock drawn on his forehead, but he's upright now and standing at the bar drinking shots. They all slap our backs and offer to buy us drinks. The twin cam bloke drifts back over to me and starts talking about cars again, only this time he can't really hold a sentence together. He can barely stand up and every few minutes he gets confused about what he's saying and lets a roar at him. My brother, sir, is a GTA, and I swear to fuck, sir, she's some weapon. He went down from Maharafelt one day and had her over 100, and they were fucking yo, and we never even seen the fucking thing. But the fucking tail ender was like the big red fucker, then just come on, they fuck you, man, hers, yo. I honestly don't know what to be doing or saying, so I just walk away from him and go over to Marty where he's talking to 4 lads about Garth Brooks. And pieces with his best album, but it's hard to choose a favourite. Everything he does is just class. Fuck this. I'm pretty pissed now, and Garth Brooks just annoys me. I look over to Stevie and he's arm wrestling a big farmer looking bloke at the bar. He wins and the farmer bloke hands him a fiver and tell him he'll have a rematch later. Decky is at the end of the bar with the bloke in the Liverpool jersey, and they're having a full on conversation and laughing away. As I said, Decky could talk about football 24/7. But before I know it, it's 11 o'clock and a band has started up in the corner. We're pissed as fuck now, and everybody's on the dance floor dancing and singing away and punching the air. The band seems pretty good, but maybe that's because we're full. A few of the Dungiven lads have taken their tops off and are up on the stage. Before I know it, Stevie and Marty have their tops off too and have joined them. I noticed 2 girls just sitting off the dance floor. They must have just come in because nobody else has spotted them yet, and I better get in there fast before anybody else gets there. What brings good looking girls like you here? They both look at each other, then burst out laughing. What the fuck are you laughing at? We were just wondering how long it would be before one of you lot come over to your table. 2 minutes and 35 seconds. You're a quick mover. That's not all I'm quick at. They laugh again, and then I realise what I just said. That sounded better in my head. Fuck this, I'm too drunk to be trying to make sense. I don't even say anything else, I just walk away. I go back to the bar and get another drink. I look back down at the girls a few minutes later and I see the fucking twin cam fella sitting with him and getting on great. They're hanging on his every word and they're not even laughing at him. This is a fucked up town if a boy like that can seem interesting. I should go back down and tell him I'm going to be on the X Factor, but there's no way I could deal with getting rejected twice in the one night by the same birds. I don't remember much after that. Apparently I threw up outside after smoking. I don't know why the fuck I even tried smoking, but it always makes me sick. The next thing I remember is we're back at the house and most of the Dungiven lads are there too. Things are kinda hazy for the rest of the night. I remember the twin cam lad who had brought back the girls he met at the bar, and there was no way he was for sharing. I decided to deal in the only kind of currency these people understand and offered him an arm wrestle in exchange for one of the girls. I lost, and quickly too. One of the girls shouted that I'm definitely quick at everything and they all burst out laughing. I fucking hate being the butt of a joke. I storm out of the kitchen to find my mates. Everyone is sitting in the living room with Murray standing in the middle and he's singing Garth Brooks songs. Fucking singing. I'm meant to be the singer of the group. I'm meant to be the star attraction. I'm going to be on the X Factor for fuck's sake. I try to push on and get people's attention. They tell them that a real professional singer is here. The whole room suddenly turns on me before I can make my announcement. Then I'm told to shut the fuck up, sir, before I put my fist down your throat. Stevie's on the settee with a girl sitting on his knee. I think it's one of the girls the twin cam fella brought back. Stevie must have beaten him in an arm wrestle, the bastard. I tell Marty he's an arsehole, and he just looks at me with a confused look on his face. Stevie asks me what's wrong, and I give him the middle finger and call him a dick. Everybody seems to be against me and telling me to shut up, so I leave to find Decky. He isn't in the living room, and he isn't in the kitchen, and there's no way he's in the bog that long. I hear a noise coming from the bedroom. There's no way he scored. I do a mental count in my head of the twin cam girls, one in the kitchen and one in the living room. I'm sure that's all the girls that came back. He must have hit the bed. I burst into the room and knock on the light, and I get the biggest shock of my life. Decky is sitting in the bed and he's kissing the fella who was wearing a Liverpool top. He's actually kissing another bloke. I stare for what seems a lifetime, and Decky stares back at me, both of us not knowing what to say. I call him a prick, then slam the door and run to my room. I'm in a bit of a state now. My head is spinning and I feel sick. I quickly pack my bag, and as I'm going out the door, Decky is standing in front of me. He has tears in his eyes. I can't even look at him, so I push him out of the way and into the phone table. He falls hard. I run the rest of the way into town. I don't know where I'm running to, but there's no way I'm going back to that house.